Hello and welcome to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we're going to see what network maps are and how they're created. Network maps are graphical representations of the network to be monitored. Pandora FMS is able to monitor the status of business networks and the components that make them up at all times, monitoring bandwidth, packet loss, latency, availability, number of connections, among other data, regardless of their source. This could be useful to avoid service interruptions or productivity decreases. And having a graphical representation of the network helps to easily locate possible issues. Network map creation. To create a network map, go to menu Operation of your console to section Topological Maps Network Map. There are two options to create a network map. The first option allows to create an empty network map, in which you must configure the components of your network map manually, while the second option allows to create a more complete and automatic network map by entering values in the creation form. Click Create Network Map. In the name field, type in a word or text that will help you identify your network map. In the group drop-down, select the group the network map will belong to. This field will limit the access to the map to those users who have permissions in that group. If you leave all users will have the option to access it. Optionally, you may write a description within the description field. In the Position X field, indicate the displacement applied to the map's default position to display it always the same in the component of the horizontal axis. In the Position Y field, indicate the displacement applied to the default position on the map to display it always the same in the vertical axis component. In the field Zoom Scale, indicate the zoom that will be applied to the default view of the map to always display with this same factor. In the Radius of the Nodes field, set the radius that the nodes will have in the network map. As for the Source drop-down, select the agent source from which the map will be generated or new nodes will be added. The options are the following. First one, Group. Only agents belonging to that child group or groups appear on the network map. Selecting this option will enable a box that you may check so that no subgroups are displayed. The second is Discovery Task. Only nodes that have been discovered by the reconnaissance task chosen in the same form and that must be leveled to Discovery appear on the network map. If you want to learn more about network tasks, go watch our video Discover Devices and Load Agents with Pandora FMS Discovery Hosting Devices on our channel. CIDR mask. Only nodes whose primary IP address passes the IP mask filter appear on the network map. In the drop-down network map generation method, you may choose the distribution method of the nodes that will make up the network map. First, circular, by which the nodes will be arranged in concentric circles. Second one, flat, by which the nodes will be arranged in a tree-like way. Third one, radial or radial dynamic, where all the nodes will be arranged around the fictitious node that symbolizes Pandora FMS. And then the last one is Spring 1 or Spring 2. They are flat variations. In the node separation field, except if you select the radial dynamic method, establish the desired separation between the nodes for the network map. In the minimum distance between nodes field, only available for the circular method, establish the minimum desired separation between the nodes for the network map. In the range separation field, only available for the flat and radial methods, set the separation between desired arrows for the network map. In the ideal node separation by default field, only available for the Spring 2 method, set the minimum desired separation between nodes for the network map. In the Update drop-down, select how often the network map will be refreshed to show the updated changes. You may choose a custom interval. After defining the necessary options, click Save Network Map. At that moment, Pandora FMS console will start generating the network map and will direct you to it. You will see that the network map shows a representation of how the network to be monitored is organized, including its relationships and interfaces. The number of nodes that will be displayed will depend on the configuration that you selected in the creation process. You may set a map as a favorite, modify its options, access the list of network maps created, and see it in full screen. How to navigate network maps. Once created, you may move freely around the map by dragging the mouse and zooming in with a double click or by scrolling the mouse. By selecting and dragging, you may move the map elements to change their positions. If you hold down the Control key, you may select element groups to move them simultaneously. How to edit network maps. Double-clicking on any of the nodes in your network map will display all the details and options available to each node, such as the ability to modify the appearance or create, delete, and modify relationships with other nodes even at interface level. You may also access these options by right-clicking on any node. You may perform actions such as displaying the details, adding interface links, setting a node as a child, or deleting it. It is necessary for the nodes to have detected monitor interfaces to be able to create interface links. To set a manual relationship between nodes, right-click on the node, click on Set as Child, then do the same on the node that will be a parent and click on Set as Parent. Linking them through the interface is done in a similar fashion. Pressing the right mouse button will display a context menu with different options, such as adding a node, fixing the center, updating, or resetting the map. If you click on Add Node, you may add a node by typing the agent alias. You may also add agent node filtering by group and add a dummy node that works as a link to another network map. To see all the network maps that you created, click on List of Network Maps. You may perform different actions such as copying, editing, or deleting a created network map. And that was it for today's video. Don't forget it, if you liked the video, smile, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Any suggestions, questions, or ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get a free 30-day trial. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on social media and in future learning videos.